We welcome you inside the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology for RIT Sports Zone's presentation of Tiger Hockey. Tonight, RIT returns to home ice for a weekend series with Holy Cross. You are looking live at the only remaining captain on this Tiger team right now. Miles Powell and company found out this week they will be without the Norrish twins for the remainder of the season. Powell will join us live in just a bit. Speaking of injuries, number 12 forward Ryan Kruper back in the lineup after missing the last 6 games. Kruper, who was coming on strong before getting hurt, he has 5 goals and 7 assists in 18 games. Tigers hoping to get him back up to speed here this weekend. You are watching RIT Sports Zone pregame live, presented by Taylor the Builders. There's plenty to get to over the next half hour, including a visit from RIT President Bill Dessler. Good evening, I'm Kevin Roach, and we're so glad you could join us here tonight for RIT Sports Zone pregame live. Well, the last time we were with you, the Tigers were in a bit of a free fall, having lost a season-high 5 straight games after being swept by Bentley. Last weekend, they were on the road for a series with Robert Morris. RIT had a 1-0 lead after 1 in the second period. Colonials on the power play, and it's Alec Tange with the deflection past Mike Rotolo, his 15th on the season, tied the game at 1. RIT would respond, though. Michael Holland backhands it towards the net. Liam Caron's there to put home the rebound. RIT had a 2-1 lead. In the third, Tigers on the power play. Brady Norrish, the shot off the glove here of Dalton Isaac, and in Norrish's first game back since December 30th. More on him in a moment. Tigers would seal it after the Colonials get careless in their own end. Abbott Gerdukis, his second of the night right there. RIT took game 1 by a final of 4-1. The Tigers went on for the sweep, their first sweep since they did it back in December against Niagara. They were hoping to get it last weekend against Robert Morris. It was scoreless until the third. Abbott Gerdukis, his third goal of the weekend, 6th on the season right there, gave RIT a 1-0 lead. But the Colonials would answer on the power play of their own. Tange to Timmy Moore, who finds the back of the net to tie the game at 1. Under 7 minutes to play, Robert Powers, the shot coming up. Kyle Horsman is going to deflect it in. Robert Morris would add an empty netter from league leading scorer Brady Ferguson as they earned a split of the series with a 3-1 victory last Saturday night. So here are the up-to-the-minute standings in Atlantic hockey as Canisius and Air Force have separated themselves from the pack at 1 and 2. Robert Morris is third with 26 points. The Tigers are currently 7th, just 2 points away from a first-round bye. Of course, byes go to the top 5 teams in the league. We're joined now by the head coach of the Tigers, Wayne Wilson. And coach, obviously you lose Chase Norrish a couple weeks ago. Now we hear Brady is out of the lineup again. Obviously difficult to lose them on the ice. What about their presence in the locker room as well?
Well, they're great leaders for us, not only great players, and we're going to miss them, but you know, we've got to move on, and we can't dwell on the past. Sure. And as I said, our freshmen have to grow up. We've got 4 of them back there now, and you don't want to play that many young guys all at once, but you know, we're, you know, whatever, 90% of the season is almost done here, so that they have got some experience. They know what to expect. And we're very happy with their play. They just got to continue to grow and not try and play outside of their responsibilities and try and do too much.
Yeah, difficult stretch since the calendar turned, 3-7 since January began. How difficult is it for the coaches and yourself to try to keep doubt from creeping into the locker room?
Well, that's it. You know, you're working with, you're playing mind games with their confidence and so on. And I think we've kind of gotten over that hurdle now, and now it's time to just kind of be upset with the position that we put ourselves in and really dig in and really dig ourselves out of it. And we're going to have to do it with young guys, but we got Ryan Kruper back here tonight that really was coming on strong just before he had his ankle sprain, and we hope that's a little fire, give us a little more depth as a third-line guy here. Our top 2 lines got to get going and carry the mail. Mike's got to continue to play well in net, and then our freshman defensemen have to grow and go there and not leave it up to Mike Holland and Matt App here to do too much. So those guys will guide the young guys, and the young guys will have to now sink or swim.
Yeah, Coach Berard, we talked to him from Holy Cross this morning. He says you guys kind of play similar styles. What can we expect to see here tonight from Holy Cross, and what concerns you about them?
Well, I think there's a lot of similarities. When you look at the numbers of their lines 1 through 4, when you look at their defense, they've got 3 young guys back there. The goaltender numbers are pretty similar. They play an upbeat, aggressive style, so do we. So I think there is a lot of similarities between the two programs, and I've spoken to him about that actually, and he wanted to emulate a lot of what we're doing. We've had a lot of success, so we're very familiar with it. They've got their things that they do a little bit differently, and so do we. And now it's really time for the players to play and really show what they're capable of, and we're looking forward to further growth with our young players and our upperclassmen taking some more leadership with the two Norris brothers in particular out.
And Coach Berard said that the championship still goes through Rochester until you guys are beaten. You're still the defending champs. Best of luck here tonight against Holy Cross and this weekend, and we'll check back with you later tonight after the game.
Yeah,
Coach.
We're looking forward to the challenge. We know it's going to be tough, but that's what it is. It's playoff hockey now to fight for position and try and get that by.
All right, we'll look forward to it tonight. A big game for the Tigers. As we mentioned earlier, with the Norris twins out, the Tigers' only remaining captain on the ice is junior forward Miles Powell. Sports Zone Stacey Pengen is ringside and joins us now live with the captain.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Obviously, injuries plaguing the team this year. Very disappointing that the Norris twins are out for the season. You're the only captain. How do you kind of keep the team up at a time like this?
It takes more than just me. You know, we got a lot of seniors, so they got to chip in too. And, you know, there's a lot of leadership, older classmen here. So it's not just me left. And it's a hard thing to take when those two guys come out because they're such good players. But, you know, everyone's got to chip in.
How's the morale in the locker room? Is it just, you know, another game? You guys are ready to go? Does this weigh on your mind at all?
No, you know, this is like playoff hockey right now. You know, we're coming up in the standings here, so it's crunch time. So we gotta make things happen.
How do you make things happen? What is the one thing you have to do aside from obviously putting pucks in the net? How do you make it happen?
Just gotta work hard and have a good effort the whole game, and hopefully we can outwork them and, you know, win the game. So.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Stacey. We'll check back with you later in the broadcast of Tiger Hockey. Well, still to come here on the program, another RIT athletic program was the beneficiary of a major gift this week. That story is on the way. Plus, he's been the Tigers' #1 fan for the past decade. We look back on the impact President Dessler's had on the athletic department, and it was a trip, they'd probably like to forget, but Holy Cross did make it safely to Rochester late last night despite some tricky travel. We'll hear from the Crusaders next. This is RIT Sports Zone Pre-Game Live.
Tigers can somehow tie this one up. The roof is going to come off the building here. You can hear the noise. It's apt. Karen's on the far side. In front, mistake. Vidal scores! The Tigers slopping their own end, and that's the team captain, Matt Vidal, 2-0, College of the Holy Cross. He's calling for help, an empty net now. That's something to keep an eye on is, Karen's, he's going right to the dressing room. Is Skirving and put back in. Cameron with the goal. The Tigers are not dead yet. 1:10 remaining. The goal by Caleb Cameron. It's 2-1.
Just when they pull Kristen short, they got the rush going the other way, and the Tigers coming to life here. There's Todd Skirving. Hits the puck at the net.
Boom. Tigers win the draw. And now Short will race to the bench. Can the Tigers get the tying goal? Norris in front, goes right through. Nobody home on the opposite side. 6 attackers on the ice now for RIT. Brady Norris, that deflects, Tigers will control. Karen's back onto the ice. And still takes it away. Liam Karen's in front. Oh, and Mitchell's turned the wrong way. 44 seconds remaining in the game. Brady Norris, that goes right through to the near side. Chase Norris sending it to the far side. Mitchell. Brady Norris to Vlad, and scores! We are tied! Oh yeah! You gotta love it.
Oh, a great game from last year here at the Policini. Hoping for a good weekend here this year. This weekend marks the only 2 meetings between these two schools this season. RIT leads the all-time series with a 24-12-7 record. In fact, RIT went unbeaten in 20 of 21 meetings with the Crusaders. from 2006 through 2012. However, over the last 10, Holy Cross has owned the advantage over RIT. Both teams have hoisted 3 conference championships dating back to when the league was known as the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Well, the Crusaders were on the ice at the Policini Center here this morning after arriving in Rochester late last night because of the winter storm that dumped over a foot of snow on Worcester, Massachusetts and the surrounding area. Holy Cross comes into the night unbeaten in 9 of its last 11 games and says despite what the schedule might say, it feels like the playoffs have already begun.
Since Christmas, we've been feeling pretty good. Going into this weekend, we know it's a big weekend with RIT, 2 points behind us. We're looking at this like a playoff series, so it's really important for us to keep moving forward. Going into March here, we want to stay hot going into the playoffs.
Every point matters, you know, whether it's a tie or a win or a loss. And you can, if you have a bad weekend, you can drop 3 or 4 places. You have a good weekend, you can jump up 3 or 4 places. And we've seen that ourselves from where we were at Christmas to where we are now. We've put ourselves in a position to battle for home ice in the first round. So we're, you know, hopefully we can continue that over the next 6 games and play our best hockey. But we know we're going to have to play our best to beat RIT. Obviously, the championship runs through RIT, so we know this is going to be a really competitive weekend.
It is a big series here this weekend, and it is a homecoming for Holy Cross defenseman Johnny Coughlin, who grew up in Fairport. He told us he'll have some friends and family here cheering on him and the Crusaders here tonight. We welcome in the guys who will have the call for us at the top of the hour, Gene Battaglia and John DiTullio, and I don't have to tell you guys how big this weekend series is. Good evening.
Good evening, Kevin. And yeah, it's funny, you heard Miles Powell say playoffs, and you heard Johnny Coughlin say playoffs. It does have that feeling here tonight.
We're just a few weeks away, and the Tigers still, their goal is within reach to get that first round bye, but this is a big series against a team that has beaten Providence, a ranked team, has beaten Union, have played teams like Boston College and Notre Dame. This team is somewhat tournament tested when you look at Holy Cross. They only commit 9.2 penalty minutes a game. It's number 2 in the league, number 1 in the league, number 2 in the country. They don't beat themselves.
There'll be a test tonight for this young Tiger defense as they're going against one of the top guns in the nation in Danny Lopez.
Unbelievable, 12 power play goals. He is tied for first in league in terms of goals this season with 17. If you're going to shut down Holy Cross, it starts with shutting down Danny Lopez, who is having a sensational junior season. What a playmaker.
Yeah, the 12 goals on the power play being number 1 in Division I. Adam Brubaker, now, John, without the Norris twins, this is one of those young defenders. Brubaker now on the top power play unit.
Who's been playing well this season. You look at some of the freshmen that have really blossomed. It's really, you look at Adam Brubaker, who's really taken that next step. Now with the Norris twins out, Wayne is now counting on Brubaker even take on a larger role, and it starts tonight against a very good Holy Cross team.
Yeah, and as we know, the Tigers just 2 points behind the Crusaders. John, what do the Tigers have to do tonight?
Well, number 1, with everybody hurt, they got a lot of guys out. Wayne Stretz, don't be a hero. Stay within your role. Don't try to do too much. And it's time for some of their big guns to step up. Miles Powell, Gabe Valenzuela, some of those big-time playmakers. Big-time players need to play big in a big game, and they need to chuck the puck. They need to test Paul Barafato. Talking to Wayne this week, he can be beat. It's just a matter of getting goals, getting shots on net. They're one of the best at defending and not allowing many shots, only giving up during the last 11 games an average of 25 shots per game. The Tigers have got to generate some offense if they're going to win.
It's going to be a fun one here tonight. Don't be a hero. What would Bill Belichick say? Do your job.
Do your job. That's right.
Do your job. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you at the top of the hour. Well, RIT trustees, alumni, members of the Rochester community, and beyond have made serious investments in the RIT athletic program over the last few years. It's evident with RIT's Division I hockey teams, but RIT's Division III programs are also prospering. SportsZone's Lauren Peace has more.
The RIT wrestling program is the latest sport to receive a major gift. Thanks to 1979 grad and RIT trustee Ron Ricotta, the Tigers are the beneficiaries of a newly renovated locker room facility.
Believe it or not, this was half the size about a month ago, and just because, you know, they're close and they love to hang out with each other and be together, they live in here.
It's double the size. I mean, like, the other one just felt cramped. This one feels amazing. It means a lot to everyone. I mean, the entire time this place was being built, we were all trying to sneak in here to watch the construction just because we were so excited for just how great this was going to be. And I don't know, it doesn't seem like a locker room would mean much to like a sports program, but we spend so much time in here. I mean, we hang out in here, people do homework in here, we socialize. I mean, this is where we spend time before matches, so it means a lot to the program and to all of us.
You know, wrestlers don't get as much attention as some other sports. I thought if I can make a contribution that'll help make these people feel important and give them good accommodations, it would be good for them and good for the school.
All right, let's go. It fits.
You got my old rubber suit around here?
We have a room full of wrestlers here who probably are inspired by this and are saying to themselves, when my time comes, I'd like to do the same.
I think sports teaches you to give of yourself to others, and I would hope not just athletics, but the school and maybe other things that they're interested in, they would use some of their time and treasure to benefit other people, and I think that's what we're trying to promote here at RIT.
Ron Ricotta and so many others enhancing the lives and the experience of RIT student athletes. Well, still to come on the program, it's been a decade of excellence for RIT's athletic programs under President Bill Dessler. We'll look at the impact he's had on sports at RIT, and he'll join us live. It's all next. You're watching RIT Sports Zone Pre-Game Live. Back here on RIT Sports Zone Pre-Game Live, we're with you until the top of the hour, and then 7:05 face-off between Holy Cross and RIT. Well, RIT President Bill Dessler will retire this year after leading the Institute through a remarkable decade of success and progress, and that includes athletics. Dessler, who you could call the people's president, has been the Tigers' biggest supporter.
When I first met President Bill Dessler in 2008, I quickly discovered he was serious about sports. His very first hair dye challenge was aimed at increasing interest in basketball, a stunt he didn't need to do for men's hockey.
I didn't really feel the need from the games I've gone to. We get great student turnout and support for those games.
But in just his first year in office, President Dessler did recognize the need for a new hockey arena.
Has the program outgrown its current facility on campus?
Well, I think we could be moving in that direction. This is an embryonic process. We're just beginning to look at options. We currently don't have a plan. We don't have a date. We don't even have the money.
But under his leadership, a plan was in place 2 years later.
So our plan is to, over the course of the next 2 or 3 years, to try to raise $15 million to be the cornerstone funding for a new hockey arena at RIT. I'm also very, very pleased to announce that 2 of our alums have stepped forward to make the first really significant gift towards this fundraising campaign.
Will be named the Gene Policini Center.
Dessler would then secure a $4.5 million donation from the Policini Family Foundation and Tom Golisano. In 2012, the university broke ground on the facility and unveiled the new Gene Policini Center in the fall of 2014.
What do the donors like Tom Golisano and the Policini Foundation mean to the institution of RIT?
If they don't step up, it doesn't happen. That's the way it is, okay? You can't build this thing entirely on institutional funds. It doesn't even make any sense to do that. You can't ask students to pay tuition to build a hockey arena. So that's a tremendous, tremendous step. And they step forward because they believe in RIT and they also believe in the Rochester community.
President Dessler has been a part of some of the biggest moments in RIT sports history.
The Cinderella story of the tournament so far, the Rochester Institute of Technology out of Rochester, New York. They're going dancing to the Frozen Four in Detroit.
And the Rochester Institute of Technology Tigers will be your 2012 NCAA Division III Women's Hockey Champions.
I am more proud than I can say. They earned this championship the old-fashioned way. They just worked hard for it. And it's wonderful to see all that hard work get rewarded. It's a great day for RIT, great day for the team, great day for the coaches, just a great day all around.
Over the last 10 years, RIT's #1 fan has been a staple at athletic events no matter the sport or the season. Just last week, he was on the bench as an honorary coach of the women's basketball team.
You know, I'm undefeated now as a women's basketball coach.
That is incredible.
Amazing, isn't it? 1-0.
President Dessler would do almost anything to show his school's spirit. He even ended up dyeing his hair for the sport he never thought he'd have to, just to secure the Policini Center's first sellout crowd.
I just want to build school spirit, that's all. You know, it's really just an issue of trying to, especially get the freshmen to understand what it's like to really be an RIT Tiger. And I'm certainly one myself, and I want to sort of spread it around.
Joined now by the president of the Rochester Institute of Technology, Dr. Bill Dessler. Thanks so much for joining us. You're such a big RIT sports fan. Do you have a favorite moment from the past 10 years?
Oh, it's got to be the Frozen Four appearance, of course. But we've had so many wonderful, wonderful moments. We won the D3 National Championship. That was in the little clip we just saw. We've been to the NCAAs the last 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
You know, for a program like ours, it just doesn't get any better than this. The players are such wonderful representatives of RIT on and off the ice.
Yeah.
You know, we basically are doing this the right way, and we've developed one of the best programs in the country.
I mentioned you as the people's president here at RIT. How important in this day and age is it to be a president that's involved and accessible?
Well, it's a choice I made, but I think increasingly, you know, students want to know who the president is.
Sure.
They want to have some sense that he's out there listening to them, able to respond to their concerns, but also with them in supporting the school in its athletic contests and its, you know, artistic performances and its innovative and creative festivals and so forth. And so for me, it's been just nothing but a pleasure. It's not work doing that kind of stuff, you know. People say, gee, go to all the hockey games. I say, boy, that's really, really hard work going to those hockey games, you know. Gee, I have to watch hockey, you know.
It's tough, right?
It's really tough,
But
yeah.
you've been really good at it.
Yeah, I think I'm really good at it, yeah, that's right.
Well, when you talk about the athletic teams and the tremendous success that we've had at Division I and at Division III, do you feel that the university is positioned maybe down the line to go Division I across the board?
Well, I think it would really depend on whether we could get into the right kind of competition. I don't think we want to do it just to do it.
Sure.
If we could get into maybe the Patriot League or something like that and play schools like Lehigh and Bucknell, those are schools with the same kind of academic standards and expectations for their student athletes that we have. So it would depend on that. I think that kind of opportunity. And remember, it's not a simple thing to do.
Yeah.
It takes years to change. And I guess my final comment would be, don't forget, we're still a school of geeks and artists. We're not exactly known as an athletic powerhouse, even though we do excel in certain sports.
And we're coming in a lot of areas. Absolutely.
Yeah,
well, we appreciate you and everything you've done to make this university a great place to come and work at and for students to be at. And best of luck to you and Rebecca as you continue to live here in Rochester and the rest of the way here as president of RIT.
That's right, we just bought a house.
Excellent.
But this has been the greatest ride of our lives. It's been a privilege. And we're so looking forward to see how things develop under Dave Munson when he comes in.
Well, we appreciate your time, as always, and best of luck to you.
And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dessler, joining us. We're closing in on game time here. He's got to get to his seat. We'll get back upstairs to John and Jean next. This is RIT Sports Zone Pre-Game Live. Our thanks to President Dessler for joining us here tonight on the program. That'll do it for us. Up next, Jean, John, and Stacy join us as RIT faces off with Holy Cross. Enjoy the game, everyone. RIT Sports Zone Live begins right now.